Consider me a big shot. What up to Stevie, Mimi, Scrap, yo? I'm on my love and hip hop. Yes, so solid, it flows through my body. And if you got it, love, I'm told that's where God is. I'm Tyrone Higgins. Whenever love is given to be pragmatic, I'm just an addict for your love. I gotta have it. My problems disappear when love's connected. I never wanna take back an hour, minute, or second. What a blessing. Love ain't proud, it ain't rude. Love, it rejoices in telling the truth. Love is so patient, kind, it doesn't envy. Love your friends, love your enemies. I hope this love sink in. Got love for my neighbor, agape phileo. Let me be more convincing. Maybe you can dive in and exegete or censor, dissect the scripture where Bishop we show love. Or if you a sinner, transgender like Bruce Jenner, well, Caitlyn, we show more love. We use basic math, don't subtract, divide it. God can take one love, then add or multiply it. Don't wanna swear by it. I promise if you don't have love, your life will be full of the opposite. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. If it cost $1 million, or if it was free, I love you, you love me. Let's put love together. Love sing, love sing, love sing, love sing.
All right, y'all. Yes, it's that time. It's 1 o'clock in the DFW area. As I like to say, 1 o'clock Texas time. I got that from when we used to do Love Talk. So this is Brother Darryl McGriff with Love Sync Ministries Love Sessions, and our foundational scriptures, 1 John 4:8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. And so we ask everybody to walk constantly and consistently in God, aka love, because you never know who's going to need that love and who you're going to run into that's going to feed off of that. And you are the representation of God here on earth, because they can't see him, but they can see you. So you have to walk in God on a daily basis. So today I'm bringing back one of my guests. We was doing a good job, and then all of a sudden, boom, she just disappeared on me. So we're bringing it back to do it all over again. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my longtime friend, Miss Serene Ellen.
Woo! What's up, world? Good to be back again. Thank you for inviting me back.
Oh, anytime. You know that.
Let me put my little phone right here real quick, because I don't want to hold it. I'm going to try to videotape myself. Okay.
You good now? You ready to rock?
Good.
All right. So we're going to start everything just like we did last time. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up with them 5 questions. You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to do some different ones this time. So,
okay.
Do you prefer coffee, tea, or cocoa?
I don't drink any of that.
None of
but
it?
No. Coffee has like a stimulant in it, and it makes my stomach cramp. And then tea. Okay, let me go with tea then, because I do like some tea. I love tea.
All right. So, what month were you born?
March. I'm a 3/3 Pisces baby.
Oh, okay. All right. And so now, what would be your spirit animal?
Oh, let's see. My spirit animal would be a fish.
A fish, huh? Okay, Pisces. Yeah. I see you. All right. And so, what was your best and your worst job?
My best and my worst job. Say my worst job. And it really wasn't all that bad. But when I was young, my first job, KFC, I hated slipping and sliding on them floors. The only good thing about it is we could take the chicken home. That's all right.
And the best job?
The best job is Serene Solutions all day. I love to do what I was put here on this earth to do. The talents that God gave me, the ambition that he's given me. This is the best job that I can ever have.
All right. And one more time, tell them where you were born.
Buffalo, New York, baby.
Buffalo,
716.
New York.
Shouts out to the 716 Bills Mafia.
Mm-mm. All righty, all righty. So here we go now. We're getting ready to get into it again. So once again, I
Okay.
have to ask you, when did you start walking with God? How early did you get started?
It was in 2000. 2000, I was pregnant with my son. And I was at church on a Sunday morning, and that call came, and I answered the call. I was ready. And I told you the story before, but I was really um, nervous about telling my mom. But my mom called me before I even called her, and because she had already found out. My cousin had told everybody in Buffalo. And she was, she told me from the get. Now I always remember. She said, I'm not going to be there with you when you go to the Lord. So you're going to have to answer for your own issues and responsibilities. So that's what that was. And uh, the bigger testimony out of that for me is that later on she came back to Christ. Because she had done it when she was older, probably when I was a baby, or maybe when I was younger. I know she grew up in the church. So at at some point in time, she changed her faith, but she came back. So that's all well and good now.
Okay. And as I always ask people, so how long before you start backsliding and tipping and had to come back again?
Well, like I'm a firm believer that it is a conscious, everyday decision, every minute, every hour decision to um, be able to walk with the Lord, walk in the Lord, how He wants you to be able to do it. So, I mean, the enemy can, get in your mind at any time, change your thought real quick, and you're trying to, do something positive, and then he comes in your mind. So it's just like a conscious decision, on a daily basis to, hey, think, what Jesus do? WWJD on it.
Right, right. So now with your walk and everything, and I know at one time, well, you finally got married. So when did you get married?
I got married in 1999.
Okay, so you got married, got
Hmm.
then you got saved. So now were both of y'all getting saved, or just you, or he was saved first? How did that work?
No, he was saved after me.
Mm,
At that point in time, um, I didn't go, like, he would go to church with me all the time. For some reason that morning he didn't go to church. He might have had to work or something. Because I know he was I wasn't working when Jonathan, well, at the end, like somewhere in there, I wasn't working. So he was working. So it's possibly that he had to work on a Sunday because that's when Foley's was open.
okay.
So most definitely he was like 7 days a week at Foley's. So that may have been it. But I have no idea. But he wasn't at church with me that day.
Mm.
Yeah,
So
I was there with him.
let me ask you this dynamic, because a lot of times, uh, and then that you were still young and stuff. So did you? Because there was always a dynamic where a lot of times where women would go to church, get saved before men, so they walk before the man does. Then the man comes along later. So
Mhm.
how long was it before he got saved? And then in that time frame, were you still like a baby Christian, so you were still learning too? Or were there any type of conflict between you being saved, him not being saved, going to church, not going to church, anything like that?
No, no, because we were both in the church. We were growing in the church together.
Mhm.
Um, as as time went on, we became youth ministers.
Mhm.
Teenagers, we had it was the I'm trying to think of the name of the little group we came up with. Um, oh goodness, it'll come to me. But we took the kids, the teenagers, to True Love Waits, which is an abstinence program. You save yourself for marriage. So we took the kids to Atlanta. That was a wonderful trip. So Yeah, we never, no, there was never a conflict. Even when, because I met John when I was 15 years old. So even at that point, I was still practicing Islam.
Mm.
So it wasn't, he wasn't at that point looking for any type of um, organized religion or way to worship. We were young.
Right.
Um, so, but there was never, even when I would tell him, I don't eat pork, I don't do this, I don't do that. It was always in agreement with that.
Okay.
So when we had kind of grown together in the ministry, so we were learning together, at the same time. So it was never like a conflict. I know, like my granddaddy Dave, beautiful, wonderful man, but he didn't always want to go to church with Grandma Pat. So his walk was a little slower, but
Mhm.
he was always in support of it. He would go to church on his own sometimes too, but the later surface. But yeah, so that wasn't even that was never an issue.
Okay. Well, now, when you say you grew up in Islam, so there was it Islam or was it the Nation of Islam?
We practice El Islam.
Okay.
We had teachings of the Nation of Islam, and they're one and the same in that the what they believe in, the way it's practiced, the different sects, I guess, as like even in Christianity, you got Baptist, you got Presbyterian, even in the different sects of it. But we went to Masjid Newman in Buffalo, New York, and we practiced El Islam.
Okay. So now back in that time, where they, cause see now even one time I was with the Nation, and again I was with the older set that was still following straight teachings of Elijah Muhammad, and then there was
Yes,
that other set that was coming along that was kind of start following Farrakhan. So
right,
because you
right,
had, I was still with the set that was passing out Muhammad speaks, and then you had
yes,
the other set that was doing the final call. So
right.
uh,
Well, that I had both of those influences.
mm,
And in my younger days, I had both of those influences. So yeah, I understand.
yeah.
Hmm.
So then, what changed that made you come out of that and into Christianity?
What changed? Let's say, um, my heart changed. I was older. I was being able to learn for myself, and make it a conscious decision and what I wanted to do. So my heart changed, my mind changed, everything changed.
Okay, okay. All right. So, and as I always ask, so as here you are with this guy when you were 15, so that means y'all were high school sweethearts. You guys then joined church and grew together. So, how do you see your guys' maturation in Christ, and how did that help you in the marriage through the years?
Well, um, there's always a foundation. I believe we set a foundation.
Mhm.
So in the slips and falls that we have, or the mistakes that we make, or whatever goes down, we have a foundation and knowing, our purpose here.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not going to tell you that it's just because we have that, it's like hunky dory. It's not always hunky dory. Like you say, where we fall short at, where do we backslide at? In a lot of areas you can get caught up in. So, yeah, that's it's a continuous uh, process. It's not. It's always gonna be a continuous process.
Right, right, right. Exactly, exactly. And so with that, and like I said, as
I can't hear you.
oh, you can't hear me? Uh-oh, what happened?
I can't hear you.
Whoa, whoa, what's happening? Everything's still good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, well, let me do
I
this.
can't hear you.
Let me try this. All right, you can hear me now. Here you come back right there. You can hear me now?
Yes, yes, sir,
Okay,
yes.
good, good. All right, I'm glad we don't want another situation like last time. Okay.
Oh, no, no.
So now, like I said, with all the slip ups, the fallbacks, the backslides, so now how do you feel, or what do you think that your walk with God, how do you think that helped you continue to go through and just not totally just fall away? So actually,
Well,
so what kept you hanging in there?
knowing that I'm not perfect and he's not either, but that's not, we're not, the perfect love is agape love. It's no unconditional love. So if we keep just striving for that, there's some way, and just remembering that you have a refuge in trying to um, deal with your problems. You know how to open up your scriptures. You know how to get on your knees and pray. You know how to go back, like I say, to the foundation, even if you fall away from it for a while. You know where to start. If you ain't been going to church in a couple of months or years, how do you start? You step your foot in the church.
Mm-hmm.
You open your Bible. So it's a consistent process.
Right, exactly, exactly. So I'm glad everything is good and everything is working out. And I'm glad to hear that, and you've been to a couple of Love Sync meetings, so you always know what I say, that you got to love God, love his word, and love yourself. And you have to love yourself the same way God would love you, because I try to get people to understand, once you build it's just like your marriage. Once you build that marriage relationship, then nobody can come between it. So I try to get everybody to understand, once you build your love relationship with God and you truly believe, you truly have faith in and understand that God truly loves you, and then you want to love God the same way he loves you, and then love yourself in that same way, then there's nothing that you can't do. There's all that, when it says God does not give us a spirit of fear, when
Mm-hmm.
you know that he loves you, and you know that he loves you, and you love him the same way, and you love yourself to that same, I'm telling you, that takes away all fear from any and everything, because now you trust in God, you trust in that love that he has for you, and the love that you have for yourself, and you love and you trust in that word. So there's nothing for you to fear. There's nothing that you can't overcome, because you
Mm-hmm.
know, with that love, aka God, there's nothing that you can't overcome or nothing that you can't do. So that's
Exactly.
why I'm kind of glad that you guys understand that and you walk in that. And even though, like you said, you might fall short in some areas, knowing that God loves you and he still has you, even though you fall short. And then you love
Mm-hmm.
yourself enough to know that even if I fall short, that God still loves me. And then you should still pick yourself up from that and move on, because a lot of people don't. And that's where
Mm-hmm.
falling away, never come back, committing suicide, and all this other stuff going on, because they don't have that love that they need from God or believe in. And so I'm glad you guys are getting that, and you got that in your spirit, and you got that love walk where you can hold on to that and move through anything. And so since we talked
Right.
about moving through anything, let's talk about this. We was getting into this last time, and then we messed around and it disappeared from us. So here we go, young lady. First
There
of
she is.
all, before we get too deep into that, now when did you start working at City? At what year?
Ooh, I started at City in '95.
Oh, 95. Okay, so you were there
I
before me.
started at City. I started at City. It was in Richardson,
Oh,
and then I left. But when I stayed there long enough, I was there like maybe, I don't know. I stayed there long enough that when I went back, they
yeah, they just kept it going.
bridged my time.
Right, right.
Yeah, they bridged my time. So when I came back was when we were in Las Colinas.
Okay. All right. So now,
And we had moved to there though. We had moved to Las Colinas from Preston.
mm,
We were in a building on Preston.
okay, so you came from a whole different direction then. Now,
Yeah.
now was it City then, or was it Associates? Because when I first started, I was with Associates before City bought
Yeah.
them out.
No, my sister was with Associates though,
Okay.
but no, I wasn't with Associates. that never was. So.
Okay, you were strictly
But
city.
a lot of people went from associates like that. Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. Well, tell us about this little logo here. What is that, and what does all that mean?
Well, Serene Solutions is the brand. Serene Solutions it's kind of like City's umbrella, because with Serene Solution being the umbrella, we have different smaller entities. Excuse me, I apologize.
Yeah, I don't want about it.
See, you can't. I sent my son to the grocery store.
Ah,
So anyway, it's the umbrella. So under that umbrella, we have Black Heart Creations, which is my newest venture into resin art. I've been doing resin art, I would say, for about 4 years now. And when you lose your job because of the pandemic, and you got to sit around the house all day, a lot of your talents start kicking up, and it was like I can't sit in this house all day every day and not do anything.
right.
So I bought resin. And so that was part of my day too. Okay, what are we gonna do in this time to not go crazy? And for me, crafting is everything at home. Everything at home.
Now,
It's like,
now
okay,
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be dumb here. So now, what is resin art?
okay, resin is a thick, hard plastic. It's UV resistant. You can't break it. It can burn, but like for pictures and things like that, um, it protects your picture. So if I was to put a
Ah,
picture in here, then it would be protected from discoloring or anything like that.
okay.
So yeah, so I love it for picture memories, and then you can make a bunch of other things with it. I'm just exploring everything that I can make with it. I started out on canvas, doing some canvas work. I'm going to be doing some more canvas work soon. And then after I started ordering my resin molds, basically it's a two-part mixture, one-to-one ratio mixture, hardener and resin. I don't know if you've ever seen tables, but they do it on
Right,
floors.
right.
It's a big, really big business. I'm just a small girl trying to get the net right now, but
So,
yeah, that's what it is.
so how
It's a
big
big
how
business.
big can you make that? Up to what size can you do? Like 8 by 10,
Uh,
11 by 14. How big can you do your?
Oh well, I've done the portrait of my mom. That was, I can't really say, but it was tall. It was tall as this. It went up to here
Oh,
with
okay,
me.
okay. So pretty big.
So and then it was, I don't know how wide, but it was tall. That piece was big. She had actually gotten a poster printed out from Walgreens or something like that. And it had started she wanted to do something with it, but she didn't know what she wanted to do with it. She wanted to get a frame, but frames break.
Right, right,
So what I did is I just covered it in the epoxy. And that it pretty much, unless you stabbing at it,
right.
it's puncture. You can't really puncture it because it's hard.
Okay,
You know,
that's good to
hard.
know. That's good to know. And so now, are you still doing the decorating and all that kind of stuff too?
Yes, that's the OG of Serene Solutions.
Mhm.
Decorating. I went to school for interior design at New York's. I went online, New York Institute of Design. So did very well in that. I unfortunately did not get to finish that, but I plan on finishing that. At that time, I don't know what was going on, but I kind of the last semester was just like I didn't go back.
So now,
So,
when it
but
comes
it was good.
when it comes to design, what all do you design? What do you actually do?
Oh, interior design. I make your imagination reality. I speak to my client about what they are looking for in their home. I have a whole questionnaire of things that I ask. We have to definitely sit down and talk so I can understand how you live in your house. Where do you eat? Where do you watch television? What do you do in this part of your house? Do you even use this part of your house? What kind of lighting do you have in your house? Um, it's a whole gamut of things for you to know about your client to actually bring their reality to, bring their imagination to reality. On the flip hand side of that, with staging, with Serene Solutions staging, it's the total opposite. I'm talking to you about selling your home, and I have to get your personality out of the home so that the potential home buyer can see that they could live there. They can see their furniture, they could see their bed. So with staging, it's the total opposite of design. You want to depersonalize the home and then minimalize with um, decoration part of it. But you go from the outside to the inside. However, long you staging just makes your sale time go a lot quicker. It really does. The facts are that's been around for years that an unstaged home is going to sell for a lot less than a staged home, and it prevents you from having a price reduction if you have if your home is on sale for a longer point in time. Sometimes it can avoid a price reduction. So totally opposite things, but they come together under Serene Solutions.
Right. I got you. So then if I wanted to now, so in your designing,
Mm-hmm.
so when you go in there and get the whole picture that the person wants, so what do
Mm-hmm.
you do then? You go hire the painters, you go get the furniture and all that kind of stuff. So they give you a budget and then you go work with it.
Yes, it can work that way. I can do as little or as much as you like. It's
Mhm.
totally up to the client. So I have a lot of options with um, I make lighting fixtures. So if they want something personalized or customized, I can go get a painter, but I do my own wall art design. I've done that in a few homes that I've had. So I kind of personalize it to that point. I
Oh,
mean, what do you see here? What is your image when you're sitting here in this place? What type of mood do you want to be in? So yeah, but yeah, I paint. I know I paint, but I'd rather have somebody else do it because I got to be doing other things. But yeah, um, so it just depends. You really have to talk to the client and see what they're looking for.
so that wall cover thing, so that picture that's on the Facebook of me and my wife says Love Sync Ministries. So you could put that on the wall, right?
Yeah, what you would probably want to do with that, just quick tip, you can actually send a picture in like that and turn it into wallpaper. So
Ah,
it'll come in sections,
ah.
and you just have to put that on your wall in sections, and that's a lot. Now I probably could find somebody to actually do you some artwork, but that's gonna definitely probably
Oh,
cost
no. Hey, wallpaper is good with me. I'm not mad at
yeah.
wallpaper.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what that is. And then so basically those are the three entities right now is Serene Solutions Design. That includes the staging, that includes the interior design. And then also I've had the opportunity to work in radio, degree in radio broadcasting. So that brought me the opportunity to do decorating and design for events such as video shoots. My partner, Kay Kelly, one of my first video shoot designs was on top of the Royce West building at 30, or what is that, 30? So that was one of my first shoots, and I was able to do more video shoots and help him direct his vision to what he wanted to do. And then that also turned into his live performances. I would do staging for his photo shoots, his live performances, concerts, video shoots. So I do all of that. So that's why I say it's Serene Solutions is an umbrella, and there are very many entities up under that.
All right, that's great. That's great. So then, if that's the case, so anybody that heard that and they might want to get a hold of you, where can they get a hold of Serene Solutions?
Serene Solutions, yeah, you can find me on Facebook under Serene Allen or Serene Solutions. You can Google me. Um, under either my Serene Allen on Instagram, Serene Solutions business page. I'm working on a what is it, a website right now. So you can get in touch with me there at any point in time. My number is listed on the Facebook, so on the business page of how you can you can reach me. So yeah, you just gotta hit me up, inbox me. I'm ready to work for you.
All right, that's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. My friend to the end, Miss
Becky.
Miss Serene Allen. Y'all make sure y'all get a hold of her at Serene Solutions. Get your home design done. Get your
Interior design, just anything design.
anything that
Design.
your staging, get your staging done, all that good stuff. So make sure you catch up with her and get that done. If you haven't gotten it done before, find somebody that know what they're doing to make sure that you get the best deal you can. Save yourself some money and time. So get with Serene Solutions. So I appreciate you jumping back on with me, ma'am. You have a great day. Take care of yourself. You guys give her a great big round of applause until we see her again.
Thank you. Appreciate
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. That's my buddy there, Serene Solutions right there, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all check her out in the things that she's doing and trying to make sure that she does for you. So y'all keep working out there, keep checking it out, keep going to all her social media, everything. See what she does, get a feel of what she does. Give her a call, y'all work it out, and she can make it work for you. So before I end, I want y'all guys to know. So, I started, like I said, getting back on this Facebook, getting back on YouTube. And I watch all these young folks do all these different shows where they're pranking their husband, their wives, their kids, their mom, and all this kind of stuff. All these other talk shows and stuff that they're doing on YouTube. And the thing is with YouTube and I guess Facebook, you got to have so many likes. You got to have so many hours of views. So please, please, please go out to the YouTube and subscribe and like all of the videos. Watch them. Like go back to the old ones with me and my wife under Love Talk. Come back and watch these interviews on the Love Sessions. But I want you to do that stuff so we can start getting money generated from YouTube, because unlike a lot of those people that I see on TV, they're young, they're trying to use that money to live and buy houses and buy cars. They're trying to live off that money. I don't need to live off that money. So what I want to do is once we get all these likes, we get all these hours of videos watched, if we start making money, I want to give it back to you. So that's what I'm looking to do. I already got my house. I already got my cars. I don't need none of that stuff. I've got it already. So when that money comes in, I want to give it back to you, because I want you to know that God really loves you and he wants to be a blessing to you. And we want to be that same love to you as God is. And we want to take all that money and just start giving it back out. So until next time, this has been Brother Darryl McGriff with Love Sinks Ministries Love Sessions. And matter of fact, check me back today at 6 p.m. with my girl, speaker and author, Miss Vanette E. Howard. So she's on at 6 o'clock today. So come on and check her out. So we'll see you then right here again on Love Sessions. You guys take care, and we'll see you then. Until next time.